Are recording. Okay. Okay, there we go. So let's take a few minutes to just close our eyes and take some deep breaths. Place your hands in gasho and breathe. Begin letting go of all the busyness of your day and everything that you need to think about later. And give yourself this time to be about you and for you. The brilliant light from the highest heavens, beautiful sources of pure consciousness and divine mind, the power of love and the divine heart. Feel your breath flowing through your hands into your heart and awakening the power of love at the core of your being, the divine mind and your pure consciousness awakened into higher frequencies of thought, of love, of the divine. And as you breathe in, the divine heart within you wakes up and shines within your heart light for you to see, for you to see you. Place your hands comfortably on your body now and open your heart and receive. As the light of the earth rises through you, filling your body with the power of creation and beauty and joy. And as you breathe in, the light from the heavens fills your breath. The beautiful beings of the light are here and present, and your perceptions awaken to their existence. The archangels that are standing in the corners of the land and on every side all around you, shining their light into your light, divine animal kingdom, and our brothers and sisters in the light, the divine beings, the sacred ones and beloved ones of each of you. Some that we know and some that we haven't met before. And they're here in our presence and they join our circle as we come together in ceremony to let go of what we are not taking with us from here on out and to bring in our dreams, our goals, and who we want to be as we move forward. And so we welcome the power of the light. We welcome the light of Reiki and the life force and the light force. As the light within us unifies, ignites, and is present in our own vision of ourselves. Sometimes there can be layers that can try to hide our whole self from our own view. Layers and veils that sometimes seem to be heavy burdens caused by the ways and the worries of the world. This lifetime, other lifetimes, ancestral histories, genetic memories. And so we breathe in, and we breathe in the light to empower the light within us and reveal it as our truth. Even when there are layers that try to hide it from our own view, it's right here inside and whole and beautiful. And so you breathe in the light as the light reveals your light, your spirit, your Holy Spirit. It's right here today in your life. And you breathe in the light and the beauty and the truth and the knowing from your soul's history of your gifts, your talents, your knowledge awakens within you. And you bring in the light, that the light reveals your authentic self, who you are, who you are. Look inside and say thank you to you. You're listening to you, coming here to find you, to hear you, to be you. We say thank you to each other as we join together today and those who listen later in this ceremony through all of the diversity, the differences, where we live, and all the ways of being. We come together because we believe in contributing to the wellness here in our own lives and in the world. And we are grateful for each other. And we say thank you to the beloved ones and sacred ones, the enlightened ones who join us. We are grateful for your presence and your guidance in our life. And we invite you today to carry what we let go of, these burdens, into the light where you can heal them all the way back to their original cause. And we say thank you to the teachers who have come before us to bring us these ways since ancient times. People have called to the divine and called to the earth to heal them, to empower them to live beautiful lives. And those people taught their students, and those students became the teachers who taught the students all the way to us in a lineage of light bringers. And we say thank you to the descendants, and we are listening to you for how we can contribute to the world for you today in our lives. And we thank you because we hear you. You are listening and we are listening to you. Thank you. And we welcome the grace, the light, the power of love, compassion, forgiveness, truth, beauty, gratitude, wholeness. We welcome the glory of the light. And childhood wonder is here, awakening the song in our heart. Ahom Takwyasan. Namaste. Amen. Amen. And so it is. Thank you. Okay, well, thank you. Once again, we gather in ceremony because there's power in ceremony. When we come together and we claim these intentions. The Burning Bowl Ceremony is a ceremony of, Robin, I wonder if you want to switch the camera to me. I think it's right now it's showing up on me, showing up on the Burning Bowl. Oh, you've got it on me? Weird. Well, maybe I need to switch my view. So can I get a thumbs up from some of you guys? Okay, there we are. It just switched. Now it's switched back. So it's something on my computer. You might have pinned the video. I don't think so. Hold on, guys. Let me figure out my view.
I totally see you.
You see me? Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I needed to know. Okay, thanks, Lauri. Okay, so first of all, I want to go ahead and introduce us all. And I want to formally introduce Lauri. Again, she and I have known each other for 22 years. We are colleagues and friends. We have been on this spiritual path and journey together all this time. We started in our training in the Light Song School of Shamanic Studies here in Portland, Oregon. We were both apprenticed to our teacher, Jan Inglesmith, for a lot of years and have done ceremony for many, many years. We both work with shamanic techniques and Reiki. And Lauri, of course, is a sound healer. And so I would say that I am a Reiki practitioner who uses shamanic techniques, and Lauri is a shamanic practitioner who uses Reiki techniques. So Lauri, if you want to say hi and just introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about you.
Thank you, Colleen. Thank you for inviting me to continue to be in this lovely ceremony with you. It's really very special, and I hold it really dear in my heart. And I am just here to channel in divine power and wisdom to contribute to this ceremony. And you all, as the participants, have the opportunity to receive at various depths whatever feels good and right, and let these vibrations from the divine, guided by Reiki, stimulate, encourage, ignite some shifts within you, or to support you in whatever process you're involved with in this ceremony. And it's kind of like slipping into a nice gliding river and just jump in to the ceremony and jump in and let these sounds tenderize and tingle around and within you. And we also really want to say thank you to the techno beings, those ascended spirits that know how to work with electrical networking and really allow us to do this kind of work together in this particular modality. So again, thank you, Colleen.
Thank you, Lauri. And again, Lauri teaches sound healing. I am going to go through some of the resources. I'll screen share in a minute and go through some of the resources of how you can find her. And then also, again, you know, when we started this distance Reiki share back in April, Robin and I, Robin, do you want to say any more as I introduced all of us and introduce Robin?
That's okay.
Okay, she says that's okay. Sorry.
It's okay.
By the way, there's Robin. Robin's doing all the technical things, so she's one of the techno beings. And Danny that's here too. Anyway, part of our purpose in holding this distance Reiki share in our original intent was to help people do this same thing in their communities, whether that's one other person, your family, or you have large groups. And, you know, we've been doing this again for 20 years. And I've been doing this ceremony, I think, every year for 21 years now. The original burning bowl ceremony, I learned how to do it. It was actually something that the Unity Church really worked with and taught. And that's how I originally found the ceremony and then adapted it in to Reiki and shamanic practices with it. So the way the ceremony is going to work is that it is about letting go what you do not want to carry with you forward from today, and then also bringing in what you do want to bring in. And when we were talking about this last week, about that idea of what do we want to bring in, we're also aware that right now things are unpredictable. And it may feel differently this year than it did, say, in the past with New Year's resolutions. And so we will also be talking about who do you want to be moving forward? And what do you want to create moving forward? We'll also be going through, revealing those gifts and those talents that you have that are innate within you. Each of us has a history in our soul. If we, agree or not agree, but if we believe in the idea that our soul is eternal, our soul has many different experiences. And so I call that our soul's history. And oftentimes what we see in this kind of healing work is that we go into the soul's history and we go into some of the lifetimes or the genetic backgrounds or the ancestral histories that really are hard lives. Well, we also in our soul's history equally have, and I would say in my experience as a practitioner, we have more lifetimes of really beautiful lives where we have gifts, we have talents, we have skills, we have knowledge from our other lifetimes, our other times in our soul's history. So what we find that Reiki is doing is really focusing on that part of revealing our wholeness as the greatest form of healing. So this ceremony is going to do both things. Now, we are going to work with what we call automatic writing. Many of you are probably familiar with it. And you don't have to use automatic writing if you don't want to. But what we're going to do is I'm going to be guiding you on a Reiki journey. And we are going to go into a location, a spiritual realm we call the third heaven. It's an enlightened realm, and we're going to use the distance symbol to cross over a bridge of light to go to this location. Then we're going to go to the river of life, the tree of life, the field of possibilities. And in each of those locations, you will have the opportunity to write what you're going to let go of and to write what you're going to bring in. So because this is a virtual ceremony, we will have the time that normally during this ceremony, there would be the opportunity for you to personally walk up to the burning bowl and place what you have written into the fire. So what Robin and I did is we actually wrote categories of things that that we think are kind of the big categories that are things that give you the opportunity to, let me just read some of them. So things you need to let go of in your personal life, things you need to let go of in your spiritual life, things you need to let go of in your health, relationships, finances, your job or your business, things you need to let go of that you have, where you have experienced trauma or job loss, where you've been affected by COVID, where you've been affected by divisiveness, social injustice, racial injustice, political divisiveness, perhaps in your relationships, friendships. And then also we have one that is for anything we didn't think of. And we also have one that goes to your soul's history. So there may be things hidden in your soul's history that are going to be released today that you're not even aware of has carried with you into this lifetime, The same thing with your ancestral history, this lifetime, generational things that affect you. So these are bigger categories, but we know that you guys can write down whatever is relevant to you, and it's going to be represented in the paper, and we are going to burn it in the bowl for you. And we know that Reiki can accomplish this because of the energy that Reiki carries, and also the divine beings that are here in the ceremony with us that do this healing work for us. So Robin, why don't you go ahead and explain what you're going to be doing?
So we actually have, can you hear me all right? Because I'm just going to.
You're muted.
Okay. Well, I can't talk if I unmute myself on the.
Well, let me turn mine down. Let me mute myself here and here.
Okay, there we go. That'll make it so it doesn't echo. So we actually have 2 bowls set up today, and Colleen's going to go through the differences and how to do each one. If I turn my camera around, the big metal one is the fire bowl, and the little gray one over to the side is a water bowl. So we will talk a little bit more about this. Colleen will be doing the fire bowl, and I will be doing the water bowl. So what I have here is dissolvable paper for the water piece of the ceremony. And I will be placing that in the water bowl. I have on mine, I wouldn't say emotions, but a little bit of different categories like fear, doubt, insecurities, worry, fear of death, anxiety, pain, physical and emotional. And then the other kind of small ones, although this falls into our health, we know that in New Year's, weight, unhealthy eating, and resistance to exercise are big ones. So those are the ones that are going into the water bowl. So that's those.
Did you have grief?
Oh, I do have grief. Yes, grief is in there. We have grief, and then grief of the loss of loved ones and the loss of our beloved animals as well.
I know a lot of you have had that experience, and Margot thinking of you.
Oh, Colleen, you're on mute.
Okay. So we know a lot of you have had that experience this year, and we're thinking of each of you. Okay, so that's what's going to happen today. And then during the times where you are writing, Lauri is actually going to be playing the sound bowls. She'll be using her voice. And what happens when someone is really working with the energy of the sound, they're actually delivering the power of the energy itself through the sound. And so that's what she's doing. She's actually channeling the sound. Lauri also has her songs and sound and recording on SoundCloud, and I'll show you where that is. But Lauri also very generously said that you are welcome to use her work on SoundCloud, and you can do that in your own ceremonies. If you're putting it on YouTube, things like that, that she is doing that, and it will be copyright free for you to use that. So thank you. It's a really generous offer, and she continues to record sound that we can use in our ceremonies. It's what her world and life is about.
I just posted the link for the SoundCloud, my SoundCloud page in the chat.
Thank you.
Yeah.
These will also be going out in the follow-up email that you guys will receive about this. these links, and this is going to be posted on YouTube, and we'll be putting these links there too. So we'll show you where they are and the links to Lauri's website. Lauri, it is shamanicsoundhealing.com. So shamanicsoundhealing.com.
I lucked out.
And got that, yes.
If you want, I can type it into the chat if you want.
Please do, yeah.
Okay.
Again, this will all be going out in follow-up information, but just if you want to know where it is today. Now, I kind of want to get to some of the information, so I am going to screen share real quickly, and I'm going to go to our website because I want to show you where this information is so you guys can find it again. So if you go to our homepage, which is ReikiLifestyle.com, go to the Reiki library, we have articles and the ceremonies. So you can actually go to the Reiki ceremonies. Here's an article that Robin and I wrote, Officiating Ceremonies. And here is the Burning Bowl Ceremony. And it has the actual instruction for those of you that were at the gratitude ceremony. We have it here too. And so it actually goes into it. Now, this was when I originally did this back when we lived out on the farm. So you can see that our my burning bowl then was much smaller. And here's all the different instructions. And you guys can adapt this, and you'll see, I'm going to show you a couple of ways that I've adapted it since I actually wrote this, this article. But here's some ideas about different ways you can do the bowls. You can do a large, like a bonfire. This is where we were out on the farm. Here's my friend Lisa, and doing just a small personal burning bowl. And then even going to where, oh, I thought it was in this one. It must be in the article. But anyway, that information is there. And then if you go to the articles page, there are quite a few articles that are relevant to this ceremony and others. One of them would be the Reiki journey techniques. This is what we're going to do today, is go on a Reiki journey. So here's an article about how you can do that too and use Reiki to do your journeys. The distance Reiki, the distance symbol is a bridge of light that can take you on your journeys. And I use that now as opposed to even using drums or rattles like I did in my shamanic work. Reiki for spiritual guidance is also, this one is like almost a part 1 and part 2. And imbue your sacred objects with Reiki. This is another good one that talks about how you can use Reiki. Like all of these tools that we have used today, all are imbued with Reiki. And so what I mean by that is that we have gone through these steps to imbue them, and there's 5 steps. So you're going to take the object first and clear it. Then you're going to say thank you to whatever it is that created it, the earth, that it's there for you. You're also going to then imbue it, send Reiki energy into the object. You're going to set an intention for it and then seal it. And all of those steps are here in this article. So officiate ceremonies with Reiki is another one. And I also have more. I'm not going to scroll down through all of these, but there are a bunch of them in here that are really relevant to creating ceremonies. Oh, this one, the Burning Bowl Ceremony. So here's where I actually wrote the article about it that was published in Reiki News Magazine. All of these articles were published in Reiki News Magazine. Okay, then also we have webinars that talk about these. If you want more training on them in depth, the Reiki journey techniques, officiating ceremonies and imbuing sacred objects. That goes more in depth into it. I think that is everything that's relevant to this. So just wanted to show you that. And then I thought I had Lauri's pulled up.
You do. It's next to where you're at. One tab over.
This one.
Nope, other way.
Oh, there it is. Okay, thank you. So here's Lauri's website, shamanicsoundhealing.com. And I thought I had the SoundCloud open too. So anyway, here's where you can find out all about her and her contact information. Okay, so I think I'll stop the share. Oh, it's in a different one on this computer. And if you guys have questions about all of this after the ceremony, you can go ahead and send us emails. You can email Lauri. Lauri, are you Lauri at shamanicsoundhealer.com? Okay. And Lauri, as you can see, is Lauri at shamanicsoundhealing.com. Okay. All right. So the other thing, Robin, go ahead and switch the camera to the tools table. So I want to show you the tools that we've used and just some ideas so that you know some of the updated things we've learned about how to do your burning bowls. The first thing is you saw in the altar that I had a really big burning bowl. That's because if I'm going to do a large group of people, it needs to be large. But if I'm just doing a burning bowl either for myself or for my clients, then I just use a smaller bowl. So I'm going to go through some of these tools and tell you why I'm using what I'm using. Okay. So the first one, remember Robin talked about the water. So this one is water. All of these have already been imbued with Reiki. We did that before we even started. But if you're going to do that, you could just activate your Reiki symbols and just simply, put the Reiki in the bowl. Also, you can put your hands on what you're letting go of, like this, and use Reiki to really just imbue what you're letting go of with Reiki as well. Now this is actually dissolvable paper, and I get this on Amazon. It's like $12 for 25 sheets, and you can see I've cut it into smaller sheets. So watch what it does. It actually just goes into the water and dissolves. And I like to have a stick if I have a large group, because then I just stir it around and you can see it's completely gone. So the water ceremony feels a little bit differently than the fire ceremony. And so you'll have just a slightly different feeling of the energy itself. So that's the dissolvable paper, and you can cut it into strips and you give the people the paper at the beginning. Here's another tip. I like to actually use pencils, mechanical pencils instead of pens, because the ink, when you dissolve in the water, then kind of floats around. And so I like to use the pencils. I'll show you where I get some of my supplies as we go. This one is what I have in the large bowl. Now this one is Epsom salts, just plain ones. The one thing I would say to you is pay attention to whether it's unscented or scented. For me, the scented Epsom salts, I'm really allergic to perfumes, so I make sure I get the unscented Epsom salt, but that's a personal view. So we have the Epsom salts, and the salt is going to actually do the hold the fire and contain it. So I also, put it down.
Well, just hold it down.
Oh, hold it down.
We hold it up.
So I also have sacreds, and these sacreds actually were left from the gratitude ceremony, so I wanted to use them for this. And these sacreds have cornmeal, sage, There's some tobacco and some lavender and also some Palo Santo. And I just sprinkled that into the bowl. And now here's the other trick. So when you're using the salt, you're going to use 99% rubbing alcohol. If you use a lesser percentage than that, like the 70% or even the 91%, it doesn't light as well. So I am this kind of a cook too, and I just eyeball stuff. So I'm going to eyeball some of the alcohol, and I'm just pouring it in over the salt. I've already imbued it with Reiki, but I'll do it a little bit again. So here's the thing to know about it. It's going to poof. Now I showed this particular bowl because this is just a regular oven-safe bowl. It's like what I bake things in. So I do like to line it with foil just because it keeps my bowl cleaner and it doesn't get singed. Usually they wipe out, but just in case. So then in this case, I'm going to just Reiki it all. And now watch what happens. Let me move the sage. It will poof. And then it'll start to burn down. And so when you do that, I like to use long pieces of paper. And the length of the paper, got to keep my sleeves from getting in the flames. But the length of the paper then makes it easy to hold it over the fire and for people to let it go slowly. So that's going to burn down, and you'll see how that works. I also have another bowl. Now this one, as you guys know, I like to use mold earth. That's part of some of the traditions I was trained in. And then in this one, I just simply have a candle. And you can do this if you have just a single person or just yourself, and you just put the candle in. Again, I like to use the long paper for that. I also always have my altar. And so this is representative over here of the altar that I actually have that is over by the burning bowl that we're going to use today. So I have this just a picture of Yusui Sensei representing part of my altar. I have that on the altar over there too. And then also the peace grids. I really work with the peace grids and the intention that the people of the world's religions and spiritual paths work together to create peace among all people on earth. So those are part of the altars. Now, the other thing that when we are in person, I actually have people in the bringing in part write down on a card what they are going to bring in to their life. I have them write a self-addressed stamped envelope, and at the end of the ceremony, they place it in a bowl, and I keep this bowl until the solstice in June, and I keep it with the peace grid, and I Reiki it continually for their intentions to manifest. Then I mail it back to them before the solstice. They've completely forgotten that I'm going to do this, and they just suddenly receive it in the mail. I also have crystals that I like to include in the ceremony. You'll see them on the table. I also have the crystals from the gratitude ceremony that we did in Thanksgiving over on the table as part of the altar. So I want to give you some just quick tips on some of the things that we use for the supplies. I get a lot of things at the dollar store. So these long tablets of paper are actually at the dollar store for $1. And so I use these. I also they always have these cards that, I'm trying to keep my sleeve from getting in this flame over here. Anyway, they have different kinds of cards that you can use, and they're $1 a pack. And then I also get the mechanical pencils at the dollar store. So that's where you can get them. I have had these already. And then I also have had in the past where one of my students, Lynn Sherman, actually drew this for me. And I've actually made my own cards to have people receive also. So I think that's kind of everything in the how-to that I can think of. Can you think of everything, Robin?
Discarding.
Oh, discarding. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to come back to here. A really important thing to remember, you see this bowl, it can look as if it's completely out when it's still hot underneath. So make sure you pay attention to how you dispose of any of this. Now, the salt dissolves in water. We live in Oregon. I can put the salt out on the ground and it will dissolve into the earth easily. If that doesn't work for you, it's totally okay to just bless it as it goes down the sink. The same thing with what you let go of if you're using any of the water ceremony, or if you are also using the one with dirt and a candle. Also, the one with the dirt and the candle, you could use Epsom salt, whatever holds the candle in. Okay, but yeah, always be careful about how you dispose of what your the whole ceremony there. So you can see in this one, we have actually on the table behind the bowl, it's kind of hidden. I have my altar back there. I also have the peace grid on the table. You can see that I have crystals there. One of the bowls has the water. One of the bowls is already set with the salt. And everything has already been imbued with Reiki and empowered with Reiki. Okay, any quick questions about that?
Well, I would go through the steps of the ceremony.
Okay, all right. So here's what we're going to do with the ceremony. I don't. Yeah. Here's what we're going to do with the ceremony. And you guys are going to be, somewhat familiar with how this works. But we are going to go on a guided journey. Again, I'm going to use the distance symbol and invite us all to cross over the bridge of light. We will have a time that you will be letting go of or writing down what you're going to let go of. Lauri will be playing during that time, and you will have plenty of opportunity to drop into your heart and to listen at a deeper level for those things you're going to let go of. We will then, Robin and I are actually going to go over to the burning bowl, and we are going to burn these papers and put in the water. Some of you wanted a water ceremony, so we wanted to do both. We're going to put these things, these categories that we talked about, we'll do the burning. If you have your own candle or you have your own way of burning during that time, feel free to do that. At the same time, if you are not set up for that, it is completely fine to just receive the letting go through what we are putting into the burning bowl. We know that Reiki energy and the frequency of Reiki, the divine beings that are here, are completely capable of the release occurring for you, just like it does distance Reiki. So we are going to be using it that way. Then we'll be guiding you to a place where you can really write down what you're going to bring in. So there's two parts to the ceremony, and this is almost always true in a ceremony and in a Reiki session. There's two parts, letting go and bringing in. So you will also have the opportunity to write down what you're going to bring in. You will also have an opportunity to bring in your possibilities. And then we're also going to let you go into what you're going to do next. What is next for you? So there will be 4 different times that I'll be in silence, where Lauri will be playing, and you will have the opportunity to write down. If you don't want to use automatic writing, you can just listen and retain it. You can do your own self-Reiki and retain the information, for you. Okay, I think that's everything. Okay, all right. So let's go ahead and get comfortable. I'm going to take a minute to just take a drink of water. So Robin said you guys are asking for a short break. Yes. Let's just do 5 minutes. Come back right at the half an hour. Actually, it's like 7 minutes. Okay. Thank you, Lauri. And what was that soundtrack?
That one is called Cosmic Crickets Yearning.
Love it.
About yearning into the new year.
Yes. It always takes us back to our shamanic practicum with the crickets. Mhm. Awesome. Okay. All right. Well, I think we're probably all back. So we'll go ahead and get started. And okay. All right. I'm just trying to find my place here, you guys. Hold on. Let go and bring in. So go ahead and get prepared. Take a final minute to get yourself put together with whatever you need. All right. I was trying to get the Audacity recording up, but it won't do it. Okay, never mind. All right, so we're ready now. Again, just go ahead and get comfortable. Close your eyes.
Do you want people to turn their videos off?
If they'd like. Yeah, you can turn your videos off if you'd like, or you can leave them on, however that works for you. Okay, so go ahead and close your eyes. Take some deep breaths. Place your hands in gasho. And focus your attention on the space between your palms. And breathe. The light from the highest heavens, and all the grace, divine consciousness, and power of love flows through your hands and into your heart. It's the gift of love. The light fills your breath, flowing into your body. It's all around you, above you and below you, within you. Place your hands comfortably on your body now. Wherever you feel guided, allowing Reiki to flow through you now. The light of the divine ones who have joined our circle and are here for this ceremony. Their light fills your breath and awakens your light within you. The power of love fills your breath, flowing into your body, into your mind, awakening and revealing at the core of your being. This is who you are. And as you breathe in the light and the power of the divine mind. And the power of the divine mind within you wakes up. Your divine mind, your higher thought, higher consciousness is present, and the field of possibilities open. Your intuition is awake, insight, imagination, instincts. Your inner truth is awake, your inner authority present, your inner guidance speaking to you. You can hear you now as the light flows through you of the divine heart, and it shines through your heart light in front of you and behind you on each side. Your heart light shines above you and below you. Your heart light shines within you. And your perceptions expand, your senses heighten. You bring your energy in close to you. Your auric field and your divine light present, and the light of Reiki shining all around your light, above you, below you, on each side, within you. And the divine beings and their light shining and filling your breath and all the space around you. Everything is here to support you. Take some deep breaths now. A beautiful bridge of light appears in front of you. There are divine beings, illumined ones, enlightened ones on the bridge, and they're in celebration here, in ceremony with you. And they invite you to step onto the bridge of light with them, to cross to the other side, into the enlightened realms of the third heaven. And so you step onto the bridge of light, and you can hear the songs of angels, and the power of their sound washes over you and flows through you. And the power of the song begins to release those ways and worries of the world that can sometimes hide your light from your own view. Everything is here to support you in letting go of those layers that hide you from you. And so you continue to step onto the bridge of light, and you join the enlightened ones, and you walk through the beautiful colors of creation, red and orange, yellow and green. You look over the side of the bridge, and the river of life is flowing underneath. The river of life flows from the sacred mountains in the distance, the primordial waters of creation. The river banks are filled with life of every kind, the animals and the trees and the plants, the insects and the birds, the water dwellers. Everything receives of the river of life and drinks of the river. And you continue across the bridge, and the celebration is here with you, for you have come here to reveal you, to let go of those ways and worries of the world, and to bring in your gifts, your talents, your skills, your abilities. And so you walk through the colors of blue and indigo and violet, and awaken within your whole body all the colors of creation here in your chakras, open, listening, present. When you walk to the other side, you find yourself in the most extraordinary place. All there is love here. Everything is filled with amazing grace. The light is shining on everything, and it's sparkling and full of color and light. And when you look at your own hands and you observe yourself, you can see that you too are revealing your light, the sparkling, beautiful colors within you. You see that there is a pathway leading along the river of life, and you decide to follow the path. It's beautiful here. It's warm and sunny. The riverbanks filled with life and song and sound and peace and harmony. The animals are here and present, and they invite you to join them at the river. And so you walk to the river's edge, and you find yourself next to this crystal clear, pure water. And you dip your hands into the waters and bring it to your mouth and take a long drink. The river of life flows through you. The light from the heavens shining on the waters, reflecting prisms of color and rainbow, light all around you, and the blessings of the place, the blessings of the waters, fills your body, flowing into every cell and all the systems of your body, and the element of the water flows through you. You walk along the riverbanks a little bit longer, and you come to a small pool on the side of the river. The pool of water is very still, and you look over the edge of the water, and you look into your reflection, and you can see the light of your spirit shining through your eyes. Here in your reflection. The water seems to shift a little bit. And here in front of that light, sometimes is those layers that try to hide you from your own view. The layers of life. Sometimes those layers are caused by injuries to your soul, to your spirit, to your mind, your emotions, your body. Injuries from this lifetime or any time in your soul's history. Sometimes very real events have occurred that have caused you pain, made it difficult to see who you truly are, to see your own light, to be in the presence of yourself. And you can see these things in your reflection, and you realize that you actually don't want to take them with you. From here on out, you're ready to let them go, some that you know what they are and some that you don't. And so you take this time to go deep within your heart into your own reflection of yourself. And you take this time to listen to the sounds, to listen to the song, and to write down those things that you need to let go of. Take this time now to write down what you are not going to carry with you after this moment. And Lauri will sing the song that take you deep into your heart to reveal what you're letting go of now.
Yeah.
beautiful beings of the light are here with you. And they're inviting you now to walk with them. And they take you back along the pathway of the river of life. And you can see that they're guiding you to the tree of life now. A beautiful tree. And again, there's all life around the tree. Everything is living in harmony and in peace. And you find yourself walking to the great tree. Beautiful canopy of the branches reaching to the heaven. And the roots reaching deeply into the earth. And you walk underneath the canopy of the great tree, and it's filled with life and food and fruit, creation. The light is shining through the branches. Everything is filled with amazing grace. And the beautiful beings guide you to a great circle. The tree is vast. And a circle of the beings in the divine animal kingdom. Our brothers and sisters in the light, the sacred ones and beloved ones of each of you, the angels. And they invite you to their circle and to join them in the circle of light. And here in the circle, they're singing their song. There's a fire in the middle, and everything is here for you, for all of us. And they're singing and they're chanting and they're toning. And they have prepared the way for you here in the gathering of the light that is here just for you as you completely release and let go now, placing what you're letting go of into the fire. The river of life is here right next to you, and some of you will be letting go into the waters and into the river. The circle of light is here, singing their songs, chanting the power as this light and what you let go of is taken into the light, where it can be healed all the way back to the original cause. The burdens of carrying them released from you. The power of love, the light of compassion, the power of forgiveness releases any cords and connectors or power any of these have had over you into the elements, into the fire, into the water. And we take this time now as we hear the songs of the beautiful beings chanting for us and the sound of their blessings as we release now, letting go. And you rejoin the circle of light. The beautiful beings of the light invite you to take your place in the circle with them. And when you stand in the circle with these beautiful beings of the light, you can see that your light is beautiful like theirs. Each of them in their nature at this time in their soul's history, and you in your human nature at this time in your soul's history. That you are a part of this circle of light, the circle of life. And your light is brilliant and beautiful. And so the beautiful beings continue to sing and they chant their love for you, and you open your heart and you receive their blessing. You receive the unity with them, that you are in communion here with the tree of life and creation, here on the earth. You open your heart and receive, and remember that you belong here. The songs of the enlightened ones fill your heart, and they give you questions to ask yourself. And the time to write them, the answers down from this place in your heart, this place in your light. As you move forward and you open your heart and receive, who do you want to be? What do you want to create? What do you want to do? Take this time now and write your answers of what you are bringing in to be who you want to be, what you want to create, and what you want to do. As the sound and the songs of the beautiful beings carry your prayers into the light where they are heard here in the circle of light. You say thank you to these beautiful beings of the light now, as they have filled you with their love, their support, their joy, that you can find you. And so you begin walking back towards the bridge of light, along the pathway with the river of life. The beautiful beings are going with you, following along the riverbanks. You come to another pathway on your way back. You've been here before. The pathway leads into a beautiful field filled with grass and wildflowers, trees surrounding the field. The birds are singing and the light is shining on everything. It's the field of possibilities. And with your self awake and present, you walk into the field. And the beautiful beings of the light join you as you walk through the flowers and the grass. Butterflies lift into the air, each one a possibility. Some that you would like to land on you, and others that are just beautiful to look at and dream. Maybe they're for another time. You bring your sense of self, an expanded self of who you are, what you want to create, and what you do want to do here into the field of possibilities. And the beautiful beings are here, and they tell you that they will help you and guide you to your divine appointments here in your daily life, showing you the ways to find your possibility. So you step into the field and you listen now. And some of the butterflies come and they land on you. And the sounds and the songs of the beautiful beings are here. And you listen. And you take this time to write down your possibilities that you are stepping into from here. And the song will inspire you and guide you with divine appointment. this time now to say, and you take this time now to say thank you here in the third heaven for the gifts and the blessings and your talents revealed. And you open your heart and you receive from this place. And you realize you are welcome to come back here anytime. You can cross over the bridge of light and join with these illumined beings and the river, tree of life, and explore here. Childhood wonder fills your heart at the idea to find you here, the fun and the happiness, the joy, the amazing grace. It fills your heart and fills your breath, and you breathe the air and you feel the earth underneath your feet. And you can hear the rhythm and the heartbeat of the earth beating in the same rhythm as your own heart. And the elements of the earth, the fire, the water, the air, and the earth fill your body. The beautiful colors flowing through you, pure and strong, clear. And you step back onto the bridge of light now. The angels are still singing, and the light within you is bright and full and whole. And you can see you now, remembering how beautiful and extraordinary you are. And you step through the colors of the bridge, the violet and indigo and blue and green and the river of life flowing underneath, the water sparkling with color, prisms and rainbows. And you continue through the green and the yellow and the orange and the red. And you step to the other side of the bridge and feel yourself right here, realizing you've been here all along. In this beautiful place that you are, and you listen now. You listen deep inside of you. You think about it. Here now with what you know about you. And you are ready to take this next step into your new beginnings right now. And so you take this time now and you listen. What is your next step? And you take this time to write it down. And the song will inspire you, clarifying for you what is your next step.
And the people live their lives as if it were a song, a singing out of light, provides the music for the stars to be dancing circles in the night. And the people live their lives as if it were a song, a singing out of light, provides the music for the stars to be dancing circles in the night. Hey!
And the people live their lives as if it were a song, a singing out of light, provides the music for the stars to be dancing in the night. Look inside now and say thank you to you as you are listening to you. Hearing you and hearing your song awakening within you, knowing you and your heart. As you take this next step forward into your life, your day to day, free of the burdens that you have been carrying, inspired by your abilities, your gifts, your talents, your skills, and the gifts that you bring to you for you, your loved ones, your community. Look inside and say thank you to you now. Acknowledge you and how extraordinary you are. Here in your human spirit, your human nature, in your daily life is your divine presence, your beautiful light, completely whole and healthy, brilliant. At this time in your soul's history, we say thank you to each other. The circle is always divinely ordered, and we were all meant to be here together today, and those who listen later. A stream of light. And we send the power of our prayers to the peace grids to spread throughout the earth for all, that all the religions and spiritual paths work together and create peace among all people on earth. We say thank you to the enlightened ones that have joined us, and thank you to the beautiful beings who guide us. And we are listening for your divine appointment, showing us the way, helping us to be right where we need to be with our inspiration, innovation, solutions, resources, capabilities, skills in our daily life. We say thank you again to those teachers who came before. Thank you to the descendants who come after. And we are here today, standing on the foundation of beauty and truth and grace and gratitude and wholeness, joy and love. And we are grateful. We open our hearts and receive. Ahom Takwyasan. Namaste. Amen. Amen. And so it is. Ashe. Thank you. And thank you, beautiful ones, each of you that is here today. Thank you, Lauri, and all the beautiful beings who came through the sound with you, all the Reiki. And thank you, each of you that is here, and we can see your thank yous in the chat. We will be placing this in our YouTube channel. It may take a couple of days, but we will be. And thank you to each of you. May you receive the great and many blessings through the challenges, the hardships, and in the grace, and in the times of inspiration and innovation and manifestation. We wish you many, many blessings. Thank you.
Thank you, Colleen, for just being a most magnificent channel of this work. Really, we need it right now. You know, we think, oh, 2020 is over, but got to keep the pedal to the metal, man, for this next year.
Yes.
So this is a great way to start. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm not sure if you guys could see during the ceremony. I haven't had this actually happen before. It was really interesting because the fire was lit and the paper wasn't burning. And I was like, okay, what is this? And it felt like our intention that regardless of any obstacles, we were going to let it go. And so finding the way around the obstacle, and to me, everything that happens in a ceremony like this is revealing something. They don't always go exactly how you think they're going to go. And so I observe and just simply thought, okay, how fascinating with all of the fire that was present, the paper wasn't burning. And so if that should happen when you are having a ceremony yourself, now what I did in this case is I did pour more alcohol on it and lit a bigger fire. But again, to me, what that really represented was the determination of our intention. And we are co-creators. And so it was just that moment of co-creating. So go ahead and take your messages of what you want to take with you into your future. I did write down representations of the things that I think will be common for us to want to take into our future, and the archetypal thoughts around that. And I will be keeping those in our my peace grid through till the solstice. So we will be empowering them with Reiki regularly and also on your behalf. Some of them you'll know, and some of them will be revealed to you as you continue. Again, Lauri has her sound on SoundCloud, and she has invited you to use it. She wants you. Lauri, do you want to say anything about that?
Whoa. I think that just for people to remember that this sound, the sounds that come through are driven by intention and are very much in collaboration with the helping spirits. And so kind of like the sacred songs, it's good to like connect in with the sound for a moment. And yes, I also listen to it while cooking dinner, but just, it's not like the Beatles songs, although maybe it is, I don't know. But just, as with any medicine, be conscious of how you are working with it. And that just makes it deeper. Nothing will happen to you if you don't.
Yeah, we're a no consequence for spiritual things
Right.
kind of group.
If you do end up using it as background to something that you publish, citing me would be the polite thing to do, but that's a request, not a requirement. And go forth and make sound and join me. Thank you, Colleen. I really appreciate your appreciation and support of my work. It means a lot to me.
Yes.
Does Lauri
I
do
do.
online trainings?
Mhm.
You mentioned that.
Yeah. And Lauri, you're doing online classes?
Yes, I'm doing a lot of free sound healing journey evenings, like Friday nights. I'm doing online. I'm doing I'm probably the only or perhaps the first person to have ever poured a virtual sweat lodge. And so I've been doing that, which is really quite amazing. And my coursework is online. And my philosophy is I only want as many people as fit on a page on Zoom in my courses. So if you see a class that you want in my event schedule, sign up for it, because I do have a limit, so that we can interact and laugh and stay unmuted and joke around, as well as get some serious spiritual work done. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Lauri. So just a few things, the comments that a couple people made in the chat, and I am aware of time, so we'll finish up in a minute, but just some of the people had comments about pets that were there that showed up for them. We invited the divine animal kingdom to be there. And so it just may be that's where they are, and coming to say hi and be present with you. Someone else said their automatic writing was weird and pen ran out of ink. And those are the kinds of things when you say, oh, I wonder what that means. Those are great questions for you to ask and listen for. And you can ask like in self-Reiki, or you can ask while you're doing things and being busy, like, what did that mean that it ran out? And like I say, for me, when I was watching that fire not burn, I was like, I really insist. Like, I'm pretty determined that this is going to burn.
I feel like you have to say what it was.
Oh, Robin says I have to say what it was. So I finally looked at it like, what isn't burning? It was COVID. I was like, you are burning. That's the way this is. We are co-creating here. And so I just found that really, really fascinating. So anyway, Sarah said her kitties came to participate. I know many of you need to get going, so we'll go ahead and wrap up. Thank you so much. Our circle is always divinely ordered. Again, thank you, Lauri. Thank you, Robin, and to each one of you. Big blessings, lots of hugs. Again, we are here every Tuesday morning. Every Tuesday morning from 9:30. Typically we end at 11, but we knew with the ceremony it'd be longer. All right, I think this will do it. Big hug, everyone. Air hugs. Love to all. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, Norma, anybody that still has stuff to burn, I realized I didn't write something down. I'm going to still burn it. So these ceremonies are not contained to just this time frame. So you can go ahead and burn more or write more down for what you're bringing in too.
I think
All
it's
right.
cool. Can I say one thing?
Yes, please.
And Colleen said this in the meditation, but it's really useful and far out to know that you can go back into these places in what we call non-ordinary reality and go back and finish things, or maybe there was something that came up that you were curious about, that you can actually return to these places using your imagination, and continue to deepen. So I just wanted to remind people that.
Yes, thank you. And that distance symbol really works. There's no time and space. So I work with that distance symbol a lot, and it does all those things. So
No Facebook Live today,
no.
right? Will you announce that?
Yeah. All right, everyone. I think we're official. We still have a bunch of you here. And I am really, again, just very blessed
Thank
that
you.
all of you have joined us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Colleen.
Lots of love, big blessings. I see so many of you that I love, and just I'm so glad you're here every week.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so
Colleen.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.